Hi there, my name is Taylor Johnston, and I'm an English teacher at Brambleton Middle School. Today, I will be highlighting the power of the 5Cs skills as drivers of student engagement and deeper learning. First, let's take a look at this idea of engagement. Where exactly does this come from? When kids are young, they are naturally curious and ask a lot of questions about other people and the world around them. When they're asking questions, they're at their most engaged, learning and growing at an exponential rate. However, as they get older, this tendency often begins to fade. As educators, we have a unique opportunity to encourage children's curiosity by explicitly teaching them how to ask questions so that this deeper level of engagement and learning continues. When learners ask questions, they are engaging with their world. They connect with other people. They are better prepared to dive into deeper learning opportunities. And ultimately, armed with all of this engagement, connection, and deeper learning, they are prepared to make a meaningful impact and contribution to our world. As we know, any good research project or science investigation starts with a clear driving question. But these aren't the only times when questions offer spaces to learn. Last year, I read aloud the novel Petey by Ben Michelson with my classes. In order to help students connect with the elderly character in the story and better understand his perspective, I challenged them to write letters to residents of local nursing homes with the goal of learning as much as they could about who they are and the lives they've lived. They learned how to intentionally frame thoughtful and meaningful questions about someone else's life and experiences. This engaged them with their community and promoted deeper learning beyond the classroom walls. You can see the evidence of their impact and contribution in this response to just one of these letters. In this reply letter, a 92-year-old woman shares experiences ranging from taking flying lessons in high school to quiet moments spent drawing and painting people and animals. And in this card, that same woman thanks the students who wrote to her for their interest in her life. Students saw firsthand that by asking questions, they made a meaningful contribution. This year, we pivoted in response to the challenges posed by COVID-19. As a school, we are deeply invested in building community, and students are connected to that vision. I realized that my students would benefit from an opportunity to connect with Principal Dawson, since distance learning had inherently limited their time with her. Students learned how to craft open-ended interview questions, which culminated in an exclusive, in-depth interview with Principal Dawson herself. These students were engaged because their curiosity and desire to connect with other people had been ignited. In both of these examples, students used the 5Cs skills to take their learning to the next level. The 5Cs themselves are powerful drivers of engagement because of their innate connection to question asking. The 5C skills inspire students to begin asking questions as they learn. How can we create a new way to do this? How can we solve this problem? How can we make the greatest contribution as a team by collaborating? Here's how the 5Cs came into play in both of the projects that we discussed. Collaboration, students put their heads together in teams to draft and revise their questions. Students had to think critically and strategize to find ways to relate to others and maximize the information they gathered through their questions. Students were creators. They created thoughtful questions that would paint a picture of a person's life. Students communicated empathetically and clearly with others. And finally, students made a meaningful contribution to their community through their efforts. The 5Cs help students to become engaged learners and question askers. Deeper learning comes from purposeful opportunities to engage, connect with others, and use skills authentically to contribute and make an impact in our world. And as David Cooperrider puts it, We live in the world our questions create.